2.3 mil. What's up? 2.3 million. What you make? I told you, if the QQQ gaps up and rolls over and breaks the VWAP, I want you to put in $500,000 worth of options. You do the trade? No, you didn't. Look, first of all, to the Benzinga guy, how'd that work out for you? Or wait, I like the fact that you use the phrase, good luck with that. See, now, when you use the phrase, good luck with that, you can't mean it. That phrase, good luck with that, and how's that working out for you? Those two phrases you cannot use unless you're a scumbag, douchebag, asshole, right? No matter what it is. Oh, you're having a baby? Good luck with that. You sound like you're being sarcastic. You cannot say good luck with that or how's that working out for you, right? So anyway, I'm on Benzinga chat room this morning talking about how I'm setting up the biggest trade of my entire life. I said I'm going to cash out of the VTIQ at $30. If it goes up another 5 points without me, so be it. By the way, it did go 5 points exactly without me. But then it finally tanked. So one guy writes, good luck with that. So I'm like, are you that stupid? I just described a trade that if it does the shape up the way I just described, there won't be any luck involved. It's going to happen. The market pivoted yesterday, which is what you wait for. Nobody picks the top. Let the top pick itself. Yesterday's selling. Today, I don't know how they did it. I don't care. The market gapped up. Sold off for the first 6 minutes. We put the trade on. Next thing you know, we got stopped out at 220.93, the first trade, right? Let me give you the exact price. Because we shorted the first 5 minutes of the day was pretty much over. And then we started rallying. We thought, well, that was awesome, right? So at 221.93 and 221.99 was the VWAP. So we got out. And then the market rallied like a bat out of hell. So we're thinking, man, this market really isn't going to go down ever. And then the miracle happened. The UVXY starts to accelerate to the upside. You never see that, right? 2 days in a row for UVXY right now. Whoa, I might shave. We'll see if it goes down tomorrow. But then the magic happens. You're breaking the multi-day VWAP, which was a range break, and then you're breaking over the VWAP. You got down to the prior low, and you pivoted right there. But you couldn't stay above the VWAP. So again, the short was reinitiated at 22211 when we rolled over and we went negative. So that's when you want to load up on the 222s. I don't care what you paid for them, right? So if you paid $225 and you bought 1,000 calls or 1,000 puts, well, 100, whatever you did, 100, 1,000, 5,000. However much money you put into that trade, you pretty much doubled your money. And at 218 was the target. 218 we covered. Went down another $1.20. I was legitimately started crying. I was like, I can't believe I'm going to miss the crash. And then we rallied. And now we're right there in limbo. Exactly where we should be at 147 after a beautiful sell-off. So usually, and again, I'm giving this, so a couple of points here. The Benzinga guy, eat me. Good luck with that. How's that working out for you? It worked out real fine. But you know who it's not working out for? My trader. And Kenneth. All right? So I'm talking about, I come on, I do these rah-rah, what you missed kind of videos, right? And again, no reason to believe anything I'm saying. That's why I invite you to come into the room. So there's three things I want to cover now, right? What are you doing still on YouTube not coming to the room? All the vital information is going to happen live. You need to understand that Some of these guys have paid $10,000 to be there. You think it's fair to them that I come on YouTube and do exactly what I'm doing in the room live on YouTube? It's not fair. It's not fair to them. And all you guys got to do is just click a few buttons and come in and see what for yourself. And again, the process is that simple. I just got 3 new guys to sign up on the VTIQ and the QQQ trade. That's the reason I don't like to do sales. That's why I'm looking for a salesman. I don't want to make phone calls to call people. I'm so smart. Come to my chat room. Oh, you were there already? Then you should have noticed how smart I was and how awesome those trades are. Oh, you came out on a Thursday at 1:40 and you spent 20 minutes and we were talking about my wife or guns? Yeah, well, that's what happens on a Thursday at 1:40 in the afternoon. But did you come back the next day and the following 30 days? Oh, you didn't? Well, then who's to blame? I don't want to make those phone calls. I want the process to be just what happened today. I got one guy call me. He's like, dude, VTIQ, where do I sign up? You promised me I would make money on your calls, and I promised you that I would sign up. Bang. Next guy calls me. He's like, holy shit, I listened to that QQQ call. I did exactly what you told me to do. How do I sign up to the chat room now? That's the process. Nobody does this. I'm giving you the information to help you make that money so then you could afford to pay for my services for life. If you join for life, we're never talking about anything. You're entitled to everything. Any chart, anything I create, any algo that I come upon, any vital information I ever stumble upon, it's going to be yours. Charting, chat room, all my guys, all my coding, anything we do in that room for the rest of your life or my life for one low price. And isn't it great when that one low price is paid for within 3 or 4 days of your trial? It's a lot easier to pay for something when somebody gives you the money to pay for it, right? So let's talk about the reality of what happened today, right? I did all right. I didn't put on the $500,000 because I'm sitting there trying to figure out what the hell happened to my head trader here. So we've got some guys that just want people to trade. I was talking about this for months, right? A lot of guys out there just, well, now it's a different situation, right? Everybody's got time now, right? But everybody's in jeopardy of their job, their real life, or whatever, right? Let's just assume everything was normal right now. Some people, there's no way they're sitting in a chat room. They don't want to do it. They don't want to hear me talk. They don't want to be spoon-fed the information. They don't want to learn through osmosis and through examples. Because again, my process is the only way you're going to become a trader. My process, nobody else's. You want to pay $10,000? Sorry, $12,500 for a course that lasts for 10 days and learn a whole bunch of shit that you're not going to know how to put to use? Or do it on a nice daily basis, learn a little bit every day, get it down, and then when I'm not around, you know exactly what you're doing. Because what happened today, and we have a couple of guys, right? We have got a couple of guys that are in your boat. They've got $1 million. They'll put $250,000. They'll put $50,000 in an account, and they say, "Here, go do your magic." Now, it's hard for me. I don't do it because I don't want to do it. It's impossible for me enough to be sitting here trying to trade my options account and my day trading account and talk, right? It's virtually impossible. It's cost me at least $20 million over the last 5 years trying to do what I do. But you know what? I could have put the $500,000 on the QQQ puts like I said I was going to do it. I would have made 2.5 mil today. Did I do it? No. I had the opportunity. Did I do it? Didn't do it. So again, who's to blame? It's me. I could have bought 5,000 VTIQ shares if I wanted to the other day at $15. Did I do it? No, I didn't do it. Anyway, the blame all falls on me. But what happened today was a fucking travesty. Because I got guys who have accounts with my money, with their money. I want people to take my trades, and I have a trader. You know, this is the process that I do here. Instead of you putting up your own money, I got guys that are willing to put up the money and just trade those trades. But if you've got an execution system or a platform that crashes when any type of volume's going on, the ideas are worthless if you can't actually put the trade on. If you got a platform where you're getting misquotes and you can't short something, or you're getting rejections and it's just not working, then all of this is a waste of time if you can't actually execute the trades, right? So part of what I do in this class is we talk about platforms for a little bit, but at this point, I would have thought that TradeZero, which is one of the more popular platforms on earth, that this was one of the better ones. It turns out that TradeZero sucks. Sorry, not TradeZero, Thinkorswim sucks. It turns out that TradeZero isn't that good. It turns out that there aren't many good platforms out there, apparently. I don't like to promote Lightspeed, but the platform never crashes. It's always liquid. I've had it since 2007. And I've only crashed maybe 3 times in 12 years, 13 years. Interactive Brokers I found to be completely horrifying. Terrible executions. And of course, when there's something wrong with the website, there's nobody there to answer the phone. For what I thought was a big company, they have no customer service whatsoever. And to me, that's a huge flaw. So I'm not interested in Interactive Brokers either. But it seems to me that it's turning out that there's so many flaws in these platforms. How could that be at this point with the internet at speeds like we've never seen before? You could get Verizon Fios. I have the highest speed internet. I pay a little bit extra for it. It's phenomenal. My internet, only time it breaks is when something's really broken. Like my server was broken, and I had to get a new server, and the wiring from outside was busted. So I had to get it fixed. So this one's going out to my friend Kenny, right? You don't want to hear this story. The trades are working. What I need you to do is you to be in the room too and press your own buttons, because apparently something is wrong. TradeZero stinks. Thinkorswim stinks. Interactive Brokers stinks. And every other company is being bought out by Schwab, because Schwab is the worst company on earth. Charles Schwab is the worst company. Everything about them, terrible. So what do? They keep buying out other companies to make themselves look better, and they bury those websites under the Charles Schwab banner. The worst. Everything about their websites. So I don't know. It seems like there's one platform to use, and it's Lightspeed. I mean, there used to be another platform, Tachyon, which was interesting, but I can't comment whether or not it's good or not. So far, I have not heard any positive feedback on any platform. So is it that does anything work? What works? How are anybody placing trades? How could you be a day trader when you can't get an execution system that's not completely flawed? Send me an email to the Warlock. Because I'm telling you, man, today's trade, you didn't have to be quick about it. You just had to press the button. So I don't know. I mean, the first trade, yeah, you got stopped out, and then when it rolled over, you had a 4-point trade in the Qs, which was pretty freaking awesome. You're sitting there with options at 2 that went to 5 in a half an hour. You're not going to beat that. except if it would have happened on Friday. Because on Friday, you would have been paying 20 cents for those options and watched them go to $2, so 10 times your money, opposed to making 125% on your money. So I hope right now, again, I'm flat mostly. But if we rally and stay stable the next day and a half, I think tomorrow's going to be the worst trading day in the face of the – I'm not even opening the computer tomorrow. After today and yesterday and Monday, usually when Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are this great, Thursday usually sucks. Probably not even going to attempt to trade tomorrow. But if we can consolidate above 218 and maybe sucker some people back into these queues at 220, 221, and we roll again on Friday, that would be amazing, because I think that's what we're gonna get. And by the way, this whole market is tied to these momentum stocks. So the momentum stocks have finally died, right? Today, finally, your Beyond Meat, your Overstock, your VTIQ. VTIQ kind of came back. That stock's phenomenal. DraftKings, Schrodinger. So a lot of these momentum stocks and a lot of these shitty, bang, awful, terrible stocks were giving it up today. That's what you want to see. Because what do we got after momentum now? We got nothing. We got reality. The smack of the face of reality. I think rational thought finally is going to come into play. And hasn't it? We've had a 10-point sell-off on the Qs, just like that. All I'm looking for is the next 4 points, because my support is 214.25. But 218 was a massive area. The 222 to 220, the 222 to 218, that's the cushion that you should be sitting on your profit. And now if you want to try to stay short, you could use 219.50 as your out, looking for that next 4.5 points. I still think we're going down. Plus, I hate the stock market. I'm bearish. I'm never going to switch. I'm bearish forever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. I'm never going to be a real bull ever again. I'm staying with that. I'm a perma bear always. Does that mean I'm not going to buy stocks? Absolutely not, because it's just a video game to me. None of it's real. But the one thing's for sure, I'm going to live my life in my reality. And my reality is to scoff, stay skeptical, and despise the stock market, because all it is a transfer of wealth between the Illuminati and poor people. The poor people, the poor people aren't even in the market. I'm talking about you're rich enough to own, you have enough money to put money in the market, but you're still not the 1%. And that's pretty much everybody. So every 12 years, they'll crash the market, the transfer of wealth happens, and next thing you know, when do the sheep buy? The sheep buy back when we're back to all-time highs, and then we roll over again. So again, this market for me is a video game. It's all about trading, and the warlock at hitthebid.com. So what are we doing on Saturday, right? Saturday, we're going to go over the last 10 days of charts. The reason I do this classroom live, because I want to show you people what we were looking at this whole time and what trades we did and why these worked and why they didn't work. And the only trades that haven't worked for me over the last 2 months are long trades that I took too much size on, that I got scared out of because I had too much size. That's it. And for all you Halliburton fans out there, I couldn't give a shit about Halliburton right now. You understand? So let's go back to the Halliburton analogy. I still think Halliburton gets to 16 over the next 2 years. But now, let's say you own Halliburton right here at 950. That's 7 points in 2 years. You know how many points we made collectively today? 12. 4 points on Beyond Meat, 2 points on mRNA, 4 points on a QQQ short. You made a point on an Overstock short and a point on VTIQ. What do I need to own stocks? I just want to make points, right? So you want to wait 18 months to see if Halliburton gets to 16? No way. You think VTIQ is going to 120? Maybe it does. I'd rather buy it tomorrow when it breaks $35.38 again and chase the momentum and play it like that than to own it. Owning stocks blows. Just remember, every stock to me is Funko. Every stock is AAOI. Look what they did to that AAOI, right? Rallies from $5 to $12. They come out with an earnings report. What kind of stock goes down on earnings? None of these stocks. But if your stock's going down on earnings, you know that it's terrible. Because if your stock is based in somewhat of reality, you don't want to own it. You want to own stocks, play the momentum like Overstock and Beyond Meat, and stocks that are not based in anything but fantasy world. Those are the best stocks to own because earnings don't matter. Once your stock starts to reflect earnings, you don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in stocks. So again, I have a trade that works 100% of the time, and I could legitimately say it's 100% lately. It works every day. It's the same stupid setup. I'll teach it to you. There's 4 or 5 varieties. You get it down. Short, range breaks, VWAP, multi-day VWAP. It's just incredible stuff. But again, gun to my head, I'm short, and I'm not covering. 219.50 on the Qs. It's the only time I'm covering. 219.50 on the Qs, or 222 for that matter. That's if you're short right now. UVXY having its first 2-day rally in 50 days. You got to take it serious. But do me a favor, guys. If you haven't emailed me or joined us, you got to be a part of this. Nobody's doing what I do. Nobody. You know, it's great when a VTIQ works out like it did. 15 gets to 17, 20, 22, blah, 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 the whole thing, right? But that trade is paid for by crushing everything else. So now that we've had the massive rally off the lows, I think we give back 20% of it, and then we consolidate, and I think I'm going to be right about everything. I think we're going to get to a point where no one's going to want to do shit, and we're just going to chop around. But hopefully that range is big enough so we can make a living. And I think hopefully that's the market for the next 3 to 5 years. I hope that the market goes absolutely nowhere, but we just keep crashing and rallying and crashing and rallying, because I'll be liquid and I'll be able to profit from that environment forever. And nobody else will be making money but the traders. That's the environment I crave. That's the environment that I want. I hate the bull market, and I also hate a market that goes down every day. Anything that happens every day, then you got enough volatility, right? You need excitement, peril, despair, hope, elation, overexcitement, reality, all that stuff. This is the market you want. You want a day like this, a gap that fails and rolls and follows through. You want a DraftKings trade every day. You want Myrna. You want to be able to short stocks that you thought would never go down. They plummet 3 and then they come right back after you cover. This is the kind of action you need. So if you're not trading around VWAP, what's the most amazing thing that you're not seeing, you're only seeing my stupid face, is that when these stocks hit multi-day VWAPs and bounce off a level that was already there, it's incredible. I don't know SPXS or the TZA, actually. I don't know either one. I'm a QQQ guy. I trade SQQ, TQQ, the QQQ, anything Qs lately. But if you're not using VWAP, it's like you're blind. You're blind to what the market really wants to do. It shows strength. It's just unbelievable stuff. It really is. You know, I said I wasn't going to come back on YouTube, but I just like talking, you know, and I'm imploring you. I got 2 new guys to sign up. One guy specifically off the VTIQ trade. That's the kind of scenario I want to have happen. You come to the room for a couple of days. You hear me saying, hey, this VTIQ looks great here at 15. If this thing could break 1750, we're looking for it to go to 30. Next thing you know, it's at 30 2 days later. And you just make $8 grand. You take some of that money and you sign up for a lifetime subscription. It was paid for. It's free. So now you're good for life. So the next 2,000 ideas that you get in the next 10 years are all on a house. That's why I do what I do here. And then, again, it's great when a VTIQ works out like that, just like space, but you can't be greedy, you know, obviously. Full disclosure, I don't even own it anymore, people. I'm out of VTIQ. $30 today. But damn, that QQQ trade was awesome. Holy shit, that Beyond Meat was amazing. Myrna short. Overstock short. And if I was able to short VTIQ, it would have been phenomenal. But played a little bounce off the VWAP for about $1.25. So guys, you have to understand, right? I just probably should have made $1 million today. And I didn't. Not even close. Not even a fucking a fart near $1 million, right? But everybody in the chat room, most people got involved in that chart, in that trade. That's what's keeping me going. So for the guy that wanted to know if I'm so successful and rich, why do I even do this? I never understood why I was the only person that gets that question. Because every time I go to Apple, I go to the Apple store in the mall, right? Wow, that's a cool new phone. Can I get that? And they say, sure, sir. Can we have your credit card? Wait a second. You guys are making like, don't you have 300 billion in cash reserves? Aren't you guys making a ton of money? Why don't you just give me the phone for free? But you're making so much money. Why don't you just give me the phone for free? No, that's not how it works. But you're so rich and so successful. Why don't you just give me this shit for free? Huh? What? Saeed! Oh, yeah, we're still waiting for those 2 guys to show up. Thank you for reinforcing why I don't make phone calls. This guy had me on the phone for a month. A month! You don't even show up to the chat room. Then this other guy. Oh, man, how many times can I hear your stories? Oh, did that happen? Oh, yeah? Well, come to the chat room. I'll show you what it's all about. Oh, yeah? You'll be there tomorrow? Oh, call me back 3 days from now. Tell me why you didn't come to the chat room. Oh, more stories? Oh, yeah. Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, is that right? Yeah, just come to the chat room. I'll show you what it's all about. You just got to come. Oh, you'll be there tomorrow, right? Yeah, sure you will be. All right, cool. You know you're the reason that I have no faith in humanity now, right? Okay. Okay, good. All right. How's that working out for you? Good luck with that. Dude was talking to me I could show you the emails, these 3-page emails you're sending me. Where are you? If you would have been in the chat room the last couple of days, all of that skepticism or whatever is holding you back from getting to the chat room, because I know you're not doing anything else, right? We're still trapped in our house like rats, right? I'm showing you. And I'm handing them out to you here on YouTube, right? Gave you that VTIQ before anybody was talking about that stuff, right? Went on to Benzinga, gave it to those guys after it broke $20. Gave you that QQQ short, gave you the exact parameters too last night. I don't know, man. No, he actually, that guy who said it's all luck, I don't know. Dan the man Dan the Man, see, I don't need to predict the stock market. I could have a prediction when it starts to come to fruition that day. That's when I put the trade on, right? So I was anticipating to short the Qs today if the UVXY went up and we broke the multi-day VWAP, and that happened, then I did the trade. I don't need to speculate. You know what speculation got me today? A bullet in the head known as Schrodinger, right? Schrodinger finally breaks 55. You're loving this thing, right? It breaks 60. Oh my God, Schrodinger, new time, all-time highs. Schrodinger tanks 10 points. What do I know about Schrodinger? Schrodinger. I know that the only thing that ever will make sense and remains making sense is trading what I see when it's happening. And you're going to be angry all the time as a trader because any trade you do, within 3 or 4 days, it'll be to the point where you didn't have to take that loss. But that's the nature of the game. But if you live for the moment, you have to eventually say, all right, I can't be pissed at what happens 3 days later when I'm living in the moment. The moment called for me to get out of this trade right here. 3 days later means nothing. Stop being angry about it. But you will be, and you got to deal with it. And that's part of it because the frustration, I am long ADPT, yeah. And I'm not concerned about today because my long-term goal, and let me tell you something about the stock. I got 200 shares. I got 100 shares for each of my kid at $20. That's it. The guy tells me it's going to be a $500 stock 10 years from now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. When that stock's sitting there at 120, maybe I'll sell 10 or 15 shares. The way I look at this thing, it came out in earnings. I guess nobody liked it today. I'm not concerned. I'm not even looking at it. I never hold stocks into earnings, but it's a biotech stock. Shouldn't be even talking about earnings. It's all about if they find something new and they get new content, whatever. The guy's a billionaire. It's the one stock he owns. I'm in. So far, so good. I mean, we got a great price during the crash, but I'd rather just see everybody trading so you can afford to do other things, right? It all comes back to Halliburton for me, right? Halliburton under $5 to me was the easiest trade in the world. They never letting Halliburton go at they weren't going to let it stay under 5. And I certainly was convinced it's not going to go out of business. I don't care if oil was at 0. Halliburton is an Illuminati stock. Under 5. No, I didn't get the memo. He keeps that a secret. But you guys are lucky there in YouTube world. Because I am, I'm dismayed. I am mortified at my predicament here. 26 of us hanging out when these other cretins got thousands and thousands of people. The Hit the Bid fisherman guy, he admitted he doesn't even trade. He still gets more views than I do. I'm in the subcockles. I'm in the 9th circle of hell of YouTube. I'm in no out. It doesn't matter. That's why I was copying and pasting their title onto my video. I'm like a has-been. I'm like an afterthought now. Meanwhile, I'm the Howard Stern of the industry. I invented this shit. But if you've got an execution system that doesn't put the trades on, damn. Because bros and hoes, a lot of money wasted today because of non-execution. A lot of money. Sick amount of money. Crazy money. Not to crush today it's irresponsible not to be crushing the world today. I had one trade that didn't work. Luckily, I wasn't even in it. I was thinking about doing it. It's still the same price. Datadog. Datadog. I mean, Datadog. Stock was $30. Sitting here at 72. Starts to roll over. You're thinking, all right, VWAP break. Here comes the sell-off. This thing spikes back to the high of the day. I've never looked at Datadog. You know what? I ain't looking at that stock ever again because that stock's ridiculous. Some of these stocks are just out of control. Yeah, so that's where I am right now. You know, I need a salesman. I'll pay you nothing but 20% off sales. Make some phone calls, round up some people. I'll give you 20% sales. There's no base salary here. I'm not going to give you a draw. Go sell something. I'll give you 20%. We're both winners, right? I need a marketing department because obviously I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I thought just give good information that makes people money and all the pieces will fall around me into place. Nope, that didn't work. I mean, it has worked in a way. We do have 125 members of the room now, which is nice. I got 2 guys that work for me that are pretty damn good. Everybody's making money in the room pretty much, which is phenomenal. But until I have thousands of people, then I could start going after people for real. Because nothing would please me more. No Series 7 needed, no. Nothing would please me more to expose my enemies for the charlatans that they are. Because you know I'm a piker bitch. I mean, I had my moment today and I didn't do shit. Yeah, I made some money on the QQQ short, big deal. But I was thinking about, going nuts. But I'm sitting there trying to figure out why my other traders' orders weren't getting done. Next thing you know, it's $1.50 later. Yeah, I had some of it, but I'm not going to start adding to a position. It was just a mess. But damn. Well, I know what I was saying. Yeah, if we had thousands of members, then I would take on everybody. Even the Day Trading Academy, the kings of all kings. Day Trading, University of Day Trading, or the Day Trading Academy, doing seminars all around the country, all around the world. Millions making, suckering people into believing that what they're teaching is. I went to a 4-hour seminar. The guy said they do that thing where they lead you into thinking that something more is about to come. He says, so what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about, and they never really actually talk about it. 4 hours later, 19 freaking Danishes and 16 cups of coffee later, I'm still waiting. So when are you going to tell us what the strategy is? Stop just going over what's going to happen and what could have happened. Give me one strategy. Nothing. And then at the end of the 4 hours, you say, well, if you'd like to know more, sign up for this introductory course where we'll not talk about strategy for the next 4 hours, and then we'll sell you something else. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen here. Because you're seeing my strategy every day because that's all I do. By the way, this Datadog, now that I brought it up, it's going to be a short. Watch this. Watch this. But again, thank you so much, my two guys out of 3. Saeed, you're cut off, man. Sivan, I don't know what the story is. I know you got another job and you're trying to get a real job, but do you realize in the last 3 days you could have made at least enough money to live off for 2 months? But Saeed, dude, stop calling me. For real. Stop calling. It's okay. I get it. You just need friends. All right? I'm sure we can hang out one day and get a few drinks when we're allowed out of the house, but stop. What you like what's it called? You're giving me blue balls here. And then I got to keep you on the list. I got to make sure, oh, well, what's Saeed doing? Maybe I should call him back. He was interested. Oh, now you're not interested? Oh, but you were interested. Oh, but now you're not. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then my other friends, but the process today worked. And it's fantastic when that happens. Hey, I made some money on that call. How do I sign up? That's the conversation I want to have. How do you entitle your account? Joint or individual? Do I send that? Should I send that confirmation to your mansion or your yacht? Saeed. Speaking of Saeed, where's my Egyptian friend? We had a guy from Egypt show up. I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's like I'm holding a grudge against Egyptians. I got a 6,000-year-old grudge. I'm not forgetting that. Right? Shouldn't Jews get reparations from Egypt? Come on, we were slaves. What's up with that? What's up, man? So I'm hearing, I got another millennial. He wants me to go on Discord. He says, oh, man, you could take over Discord. Let's get on Discord. We'll launch a room. I'll put your trades up on the Discord. Where are you, buddy? I've been banging out winners for like 2 months. Let's get that Discord thing going. I don't even know what that is. Discord? It's another internal chat room or something. You put me in front of any audience right now, I will take over. But I've lost YouTube somehow. I've lost YouTube to the trading fraternity, Bull and Bear, and all the other guys that run commercials in front of my videos. So come on, help me grow to the point where I could start taking these people on and hire lawyers so I could use libel and slander, because I got some dirt on a few of these guys that I would love to just spew out there. But I don't want to have to worry about, lawsuits and all that kind of stuff, man. Right? Remember Don Harold? That was huge. I was. My fame came in 2 days, actually, really. Mandarinio. Actually, Mandarinio, I don't even care about it. It's the trading fraternity. That gets me. Because I didn't know there was 6,000 people who were on YouTube that traded. Meanwhile, they're all in this dude's chat room. I mean, I'm serious. That's so many people that got in there right now. Like, I didn't realize there was 6,000 people on YouTube that actually cared about trading. They're all in this chat room right now.
How today?
And of course, this guy's video comes up. Info TrueTrader.net. How much of a dickbag is this kid? How much is he paying to run a commercial on any trading video there is? This guy comes up. It's got to cost some money, right? I ain't gonna do it. But the trading fraternity, 5,020 people in that room right now. And I'm not going to say I trolled them because I was respectful. I was looking for information. I was curious, and I was in that room, in and out of that room for about 6 months. I heard him mention a call once, and I would type into the room. So what do you like? What's your basic setup? What makes you want to put a trade on? Never a response. Just like some scoffing about how, oh, yeah, we don't trade in here at all. I didn't ask you that. I said, what are you interested in right now? What's your setup? What are you looking for? 6 months. I heard him mention one trade, and it was a ghetto option spread where you needed the stock to go up down 20% to break even. Luckily, it actually happened on that Lamb research. He's buying options 20 points out of the money on the call side and 20 points on the flip side. Stock wound up plummeting 22%. So you made enough money on the puts to compensate for the money you lost on the call side. But think about what you had to have happen there. But he's got 4,971 people in there. Meanwhile, I've been doing this since 2007. But yeah, I mean, 6 months, I didn't hear one call. So if that's what you're into, I can make sound effects and do push-ups as well. And on that note, farewell. I did make $2.6 million today on that QQQ trade. So, boo! And I'll see you guys sometime next Christmas. All right? You know how to find me? The Warlock at hitthebid.com, and come to the room, and I'll show you these trades. And then you could join us, and then we'll make fun of other people on YouTube when I get back. All right? Latris on the Menjay. Stay liquid. And, of course, stay black.